Hey, welcome to this video. So this one is going to be my introduction to Patrick Ta's lineup through the Patrick Ta 4-Face Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo in She's Statuesque. This bronzer retails for $38 and comes in 3 different shades. I have the lightest shade here and it's applied on my face today. I think some important context to kind of start off this video with is that I don't have that many bronzers. I really only have 3 bronzers that I use, 2 and 1 contour. So I have a cream contour, this is the I have a cream bronzer and this is the Milk Baked Cream Stick bronzer. This has really been my go-to. I've used it for years and I was on the market lately because this is the very last bit I have of it. I'm really proud of myself for using it up. I never thought the day would come, but here we are. And I've been using this product for so long, love it, but I kind of want to branch out and try something new since I have the chance to. The other bronzer product I use is this bronzer from the Hourglass Lighting Edit Volume 4. Filtered Bronze Light. These 2 bronzers satisfy pretty much all my needs. They are easy to blend out, flattering, kind of no-brainer. I always use this with the Beauty Blender. Both of these products are really easy to tone down if I do go overboard, but I rarely do go overboard. The third product I have is the Cotton Contour from Missha, and I don't contour very often, but I just have this in my collection. So after I finished using up the Milk Bronzer, I kind of was on the market already for another powder bronzer just because I wanted one kind of separate from this and just to try more, honestly. I get suckered in by blush all the time, but not so much bronzer. So when this came out very recently, I thought, oh, this is perfect. And also, I have been really resisting trying his cream blush and powder duos that come in like a similar format to this. I've really only heard good things about it. It comes in really pretty colors, but I already have so many blushes that I wanted to chill on that. So in any case, all of the details kind of lined up to push me to buy this product. I guess getting more into this product in general, there is a nice flap to protect your cream product, but both of these have a really silky feel on the on my finger. When I go to dip this in, it kind of melts into a very thin formula that is easy to work with, easy to blend out. Similarly, this powder is very silky and smooth, and on my skin tone, these are quite subtle. And it's really easy for me to just kind of slap on and not overdo, and it really does feel like they just kind of blend themselves out. So I'm quite pleased. I have swatched on my hands my various products. This is the cream contour, this is the powder. As you can see, I have the other cotton contour swatched here, and it's much more like of that gray taupe, and on my skin tone this gray taupe color gives me a really accurate, like, true shadow, whereas this contour in the Patrick Ta duo does help to kind of give my face more definition, but it's not like super chiseled or like I have a distinct shadow. It's just like a flattering extra definition on my face, if that makes sense. It's a very subtle contour. The powder here is definitely light but deep enough for my skin tone, and it is very yellow leaning. Here you can see there's like a little bit of pinkiness almost. This is very yellow. It might look orange right here, but I felt like when I was looking at my face from afar that yeah, it just looks more yellow than I'm a little used to from my baked bronzer. This is the Milk Baked bronzer right here, and it's just like more brown, maybe a little bit more red, or in comparison to this one, not like red in general. So yeah, but they're still pretty similar, so I feel like I'm comfortable with this, but it is a little bit different from what I'm used to. And then I feel like this is my Hourglass one. As you can see, it looks a lot more pink, but I kind of think it's like a good in-between of these two, or like similar to if I mix these two together. So I'm very pleased with this color in general. I think it works for me and fits what I already know and like. The cream bronzer does not have any sheen. It's just a cream color, or like it doesn't have any sparkle. But on the face, it doesn't have any like matte qualities or anything. And then similarly, the powder has a slight satiny sheen. Like when you look at it, you can kind of see that it's not a flat matte, but at the same time, you can't pick up any shimmer. But I think on the skin, that reflects really, really well into like a satin skin-like finish, because naturally my skin does have a bit of sheen through. So altogether, it just like creates a really natural skin-like product, which I enjoy. So in the demos where I apply this, I started off just applying the cream contour with a small stipple brush on the right side of my face. And in general, the directions I saw were to use a brush to apply your cream contour first, and then take a fluffier brush to apply the powder bronzer where you want a more sun-kissed look on top of that. So I kind of tried a few different ways of applying it. Just the cream contour alone, I did feel was subtle but blended out very easily. I tried it with a beauty blender, my fingers, and a brush, and all in all, my favorite method is to apply it with a brush. The fingers, I felt like took a little more time to blend out than I was like. It was doable, but not really worth the hassle. The beauty blender, I generally most enjoy applying even my powder products, but like any cream face product with a beauty blender. However, this color is already subtle enough on me that I feel like with a beauty blender, it kind of sheared it out a little too much, to the point where I felt like I wasn't getting enough. So in all, the brush is my favorite for the cream contour. And then on the left side of my face, I went in with just the powder bronzer, just like where I would generally apply bronzer, which is like kind of in my hairline, and then like near the tops of my face, but like right under where I might put highlighter, and then like maybe a little on my nose, kind of just because I think that's where like the sun would come down on my face towards, if that makes sense. Anyways, blends out really seamlessly, is pretty no-brainer and fun to apply. It's just pleasant overall. And then I kind of tried layering the two. So when I went back and put the powder bronzer on top of the cream contour, I actually felt like it took away a little from the cream contour I had applied. Like I could only see the powder bronzer. But then I went back and applied some more of the cream contour on top of that, like just where I would want that definition. And I felt like the products all meshed together very well. Like there was no picking up. It didn't mess with my foundation. And then when I applied blush over it, it also like worked well with that. I just feel like the formulas of both the cream contour and the powder work really well with each other and with other products, like layered underneath and on top of each other. They don't move anything around, and they all just kind of like blend and melt seamlessly together. So I'm very pleased. I find that the cream doesn't leave any like tacky layer. It just feels very thin and skin-like, but you know, neither drying nor dewy. And the powder also doesn't have any like drying qualities either. So all in all, it's just a breeze. I feel like I don't have any strong complaints. The biggest thing for me is the coloring on the powder is a little yellow, which is not bad, just a little different. I think overall it looks pretty good. I think that this duo in general would be perfect for my winter skin tone because similarly the contour is a little on the light side. I'm happy with it for now because it creates a very no-brainer. I like can't go overboard or mess up with this. But if I were to get tanner in the summer, I think that this wouldn't quite cut it for me. So yeah, definitely use that as a reference. If you're about my skin tone, I think that this is good, but if you are any darker than me, I would definitely recommend the medium one. I think I've covered most of my thoughts on the formula and this product and how it fits into my lifestyle in general. I'm excited. I want this to kind of be like my go-to bronzer. Again, I don't have that many bronzers, so I bought this with the intention of it being my staple. And so far from what I've tried, I'm really pleased and excited to continue using this. My only gripe is the packaging. I like expensive makeup. I like makeup with nice packaging and like paying for that extra feel. I know he has like, this was intended to feel luxe, but for me it's just, it's so big and bulky. Like this duo is almost as big as this like 6-pan palette that I have. Look at this. My other two bronzers, they just take up like less than half the amount of space. Another thing is I think it's annoying to open. I don't like how the clasp kind of hovers over like this, so you have to really pinch this bottom part. It's just not very ergonomic to me. And lastly, I hate, like I haven't touched this that much. I always wash my hands before doing makeup, but it's so fingerprinty looking already. I'm trying to catch it in the light. So that definitely takes away from the like luxe feeling to me. It is heavy. I will say I do really appreciate this flap. The formulas inside are great. It has like a really comfortably sized mirror for doing my makeup, but the outer packaging is just not my cup of tea. But all in all, like I said, I am pretty satisfied with this product. I'm excited to try it further. I, again, am not really someone who tries that much bronzer. I'm kind of pleased with this experience, so I wouldn't be surprised if I get curious again, but that's not my goal. I feel like I just like want something, for my bronzers, I just want something that does the trick, warms up my face, adds a bit of definition and color back after I use foundation, and most of all is easy to apply. Just like blends out, and I don't want any streakiness. I don't want to mess with it. I like focusing on other parts of my makeup a little more. I really enjoy the like definition that adding bronzer does. I like that step, but like in terms of the amount of time I want to spend applying it, bronzer is not as high up there for me as some other steps of my makeup routine. So those are my thoughts. I hope this was helpful. I think definitely in terms of like coloring, this could be a good reference of what shade you might want. I am pretty pleased about the formulas in general, and yeah, I hope this was helpful. Let me know what you think if you go out and buy this product, and any bronzer recommendations in general. Not that I'm on the market, but I just have so few that it's like, it's an area that is uncovered and I haven't thought about as much for me. So I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.